welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be working with a wig from my own hair collection, Evalyn Rose Hair Collection, and it is a 24-inch 613 body wave, 180 density, and look how beautiful and full she is. So cute. It is a full lace frontal. The knots are super small that you can see here, and that's what's important. It's going to help you with a flawless lace. You don't want those big knots, and the knots are small throughout, not just in the front, and that's very important for a wig. Coloring this wig is not by completely dumping it all in there. I actually like to separate the front of the wig from the back of the wig, and the reason why I do this is because the back of the wig has 3 full bundles in my wigs. They have 3 full bundles, so that's a lot of hair. If you've ever colored hair before, you know that a frontal will take to more color faster than the back, and what I don't want is any unevenness or for the front to be darker. I would rather, if something was to happen, I would rather for the frontal to be lighter, because that's the part they're going to see the most. So I'm working with the back, and I'm going to basically just be dipping it in this hot water, and as you can see, it's super steamy, and I'm just going to be like combing through all the hair, making sure that every strand gets colored. So you'll be seeing me do that. Now, while I'm doing that, you'll also be seeing me pull it out to show you one of the reasons why I'm not a fan of watercolor, because even though, yes, it's, seems so simple, or you just dip it in there, you can get a lot of, you can get a lot of blotches or uneven colors, things like that from watercoloring, because especially when it comes to light colors, because it's so much hair that, and you're kind of like dipping it in, you have to kind of open it and separate it and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. See, like I'm showing you here. So the ends will always take the hair first, and the frontal will too, and then the roots in the middle, they tend not to. So you have to keep working with it. So to keep the color even, I'm going to just be dipping like sections in, or like you see me right here trying to get the middle, but holding up the rest of the hair, because I really want to get the color there. I don't want, once the hair has taken up some color, and I keep putting it back in there, it's going to make that color darker. So I'm holding the ends because that has already taken to a lot of color, and I don't want to keep applying it or dipping it into more color, because the ends will be darker and the middle won't be. Do you get what I'm saying? That's the only thing about watercoloring, especially when it comes to light colors. So I'm trying to make sure that I get it all with making everything even. And I'll basically be doing the same thing with the frontal. I'll dip the roots in first and then do the ends, because those will take up pigment faster. So honestly, if it was to me, I actually like to just color by hand, because I can color by hand just as fast as I can, especially with light colors like this, just as fast as I can doing the watercolor method. So for me, just to keep evenness, that's what I would like to do, but my viewers have asked me to show watercoloring methods, so I decided to do this in watercolor. And as you can see here, I'm just adding more color to it, because the water, if you notice, it gotten lighter. The lighter is because the color was moving onto the hair and no longer in the water. So again, I'm going to start with the frontal, dipping it, and then you'll see that the roots again will not take on the color like the ends will. So it's just a little process, and then at the end I'll just dump it all in, and then I did end up achieving the color that I wanted. So this is the color once it is dry. It's so cute. I flat ironed it with my heat protecting spray, and then I cut the ends at a blunt, kind of even. I don't like straggly ends. I'm not trying to save the inches. Y'all know in my videos, I will definitely trim my hair to an even. It just gives it a really nice, cute, super flow. Alright, so now it is time to lay this wig, honey, and as you can see, I already have on my ball cap, and it's laid and it's flat, and that's how it should look. I'm going to start by cleaning around the area that I'm going to be placing the glue on my skin, and this helps by making the wig super tacky. If your skin is oily, your frontal will not last long, so make sure you clean this. This is a step that you definitely want for a long lasting install. Now I'm just basically trying the wig on. If you've seen videos, you've seen it. You just want to try it on to make sure where you want to line it up at. So as you can see, it's above the cap in the front. Right there, I'm showing you that it should not be there. You should not see the cap when you're placing your wig. You want to have the wig in the front of the cap. So next I'm going to be tinting the lace with my Evalyn Rose lace tint, and I'm using the color Light Honey. When it comes to tinting lace, you can use makeup, and y'all have seen people use makeup, and it's fine. But one thing I hate, especially when it comes to 613 or that transparent lace, is when it's like so dang on orange. So for me, the lace tint is just the way to go. I'm sorry. Like, the orange on that lace, it's just not right, y'all. It's just not right. So I rather use like more of a tint because it's for fabric. It's not makeup. Makeup is for skin. But anyhow, so we're going to move on to cutting the ear tabs. Right here, I'm showing you like where and how you should be cutting your ear tabs. You see how it's going right around the curve of my ear. If anything, make sure you cut less than cutting more because you want them to come all the way down. So I'm parting out where it is. Like, I'm feeling my ear, like I feel around my ear as I'm with the rat tail comb, and this is telling me where I want to cut. So then I'm going to cut it, and you want it to come down, and I always cut at a down angle. So as you can see me doing here. So it's just that little small piece. It looks like it's like less than an inch, so maybe a half an inch that I cut off, and it's going right around my ear, as you can see there. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. It's very clear. Now I'm going to be pulling it forward, and I would honestly rather pull it forward above the glue than behind the glue. I hate cleaning up glue. I do not clean up glue. I do not clean up glue. I will pull my lace in the front before, if you can't specifically match it up. Usually I can match it up really good. I don't have to do any cleanups and barely any glue adding, maybe just in a couple of spots, and you can go add more glue after. So make sure you're pulling it, either matching it exactly where the glue is, the hairline exactly where the glue is, or a little bit above. You can't go wrong with either one. So I'm basically using my rat tail comb to press it in, and then I'm going to blow dry. I let this melt for about 10 to 15 minutes, even after blow drying, and then I'm going to cut into three sections. One, two, three. I'm going to begin to use my eyebrow razor, and I'm going to razor across very close to the hairline. You do not want to leave a whole bunch of lace in the front because it's a lace, and of course you see the lace. So the closer you cut it to the hairline, you'll see more of the hair coming out of the scalp for the illusion versus seeing a bunch of lace sitting on your skin and then the hair. It's more noticeable. So cut as close to the hairline as possible when you're razoring, and just make sure you're kind of going in like a jagged motion as you see me doing. Like I'm, even though it's a razor and it's going to create that jaggedness versus like a sharp cut with scissors, you still want to kind of give that little motion of giving a jagged look so that it blends better with your skin. That's another key, major key alert, major key. So now that I have it how it looks and you see it is laid, honey, I'm going to be parting out the sections for my baby hairs. And if y'all know I don't actually do my baby hairs on camera because it's like I can't for some reason. It's like I have to get deep, like my face is almost touching the mirror at home trying to get these baby hairs right because it's so tedious. But this time I did it for y'all a little bit on camera. So I'm plucking behind where I want it to be just to thin out that area a little bit to give it more of a natural look. And I'm going to be doing the same thing to the other side. And then I'm going to be using my Got To Be gel and some Nairobi foam to get this thing popping, okay? To give my lace an extra melt, before I use the Nairobi foam, I'm going to go in with the EBIN, I don't know, lace adhesive spray, and I'm just going to be spraying right on the ends of the lace, and I'm going to put my melt band back on, blow dry, let it sit for another 10 to 15 minutes, and then we're going to be back for baby hairs. Now, ladies, if you haven't seen by now, you definitely know that you have to get one of these little super small flat irons and curl them up. It makes the baby hair process so easy, especially because you're trying to swoop straight hair and it's like not trying to go there, you know? So you gotta curl it so that when you swoop it, it just swoops so easy and it's like, I think first person I seen do that was Arrogant Tay. I don't know, but ever since then, child, it has just been so easy to do my baby hair is doing it this way. So yeah, make sure you get you one of those. So I'm not sure if I actually told you guys this very important tip to get your baby hairs to stay longer or your edges laid, even if you're doing like a ponytail with your natural hair, things like that. The way to make your baby hair stay in your edges laid is to use a foaming mousse after you use your gel or your edge control. So you're gonna swoop your baby hairs with your gel, your edge control like you normally would, just like how I'm putting it. See how I'm putting it on the actual hair too, because I want that to be laid. You're gonna, anything that you want to stay and be laid, you're going to use a little bit of foaming mousse after, and then sit under the dryer if you have one at home, or blow dry it, or just let it dry with tying it down. I promise you your baby hairs will stay much longer. For my natural girls, 4C, 3A, B, whatever, this works for your natural hair as well. It will stay put all day, even possibly the next day after tying it down. But definitely for wigs, it will stay. So use your foaming mousse and tie it down with a paper strip. Okay? And that's another major key. It's the keys. It's the keys to success. You gotta know the keys. You gotta have the keys. You gotta have the keys. So I noticed that I had a little bit of a white cast, and it really could be my light because it's also so bright, but I still wanted to just go in behind the baby hair and a little bit at the top of the lace and just use a little bit of my, like a bronzer. And I'm just going to tap very lightly, like I'm barely putting any on, because again, I don't want that super orange look, but I also just wanted to make sure that I didn't have a white cast for later on today. Other than that, the next steps that I'm going to be taking is basically just pressing out my hair. It was already straightened, but with all the movement and the motion, I'm just giving it a final press. And I'm going to be using my bed head at the top, closer to the lace, to lay down. It's a wax stick to lay down my hair, and also some Sebastian Shaper Plus to also just, help with any flyaways, a little bit of hairspray. I like that hairspray because it's actually very lightweight. It's not like crunchy. So I like to use that at the top of my hair just to help with some flyaways. So that's pretty much it. That's the style. I wore it straight. I would like to wear it again one day and put some beach waves in it, or something, because it's so cute. I love this color so 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 much. So maybe I'll do it. You'll see it on my Instagram. But yeah, that's pretty much the style. So y'all, as you can see, the hair is super soft. It's just flowing. It's like I didn't even put any products in it. You can see, and it's just like giving what it's supposed to give, honey. I really love this color. What made me decide to do this is I see the girls on Instagram. They're doing like hair color matching with their clothes, and I said, well, wait a minute. I sell wigs, you know. Let me do me a little 1, 2, 3, 4, you know. So I saw some pants, and I was going to a concert that night. So I was like, let me match with this. And the lavender matched so well with the pants, and it was giving me Lil' Kim, honey. I was just feeling like Lil' Kim. So I ended up doing my makeup, and I got dressed. And these are the pants that I wore. And these are the same pictures. These are the pants that you see in the pictures in the beginning of this video. And y'all, it was just like giving. Like I was feeling so like, I don't know. I loved it. They were looking, they liked it. You know, it just was, it was cute. I love this wig. It came out exactly how I wanted. And yeah, it's just, it's everything. Like, it's everything. So that's pretty much it. How you like it? Look at me. Yes, I was giving. Oh my God, I felt so good, y'all. And it feels good to feel good. So I really love this wig, and it might stay around. But anyways, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on my Instagram. Bye, divas.